We are from Gamingworks. We build simulations to support organizational change. And today we take a closer look to the simulation Fly4You. We have many simulations for different subjects like project management, service management, DevOps, agile working. And this simulation is specially designed for SAFe. So what will happen in this simulation is it's a 4-round simulation with 11 people for a full day. Everybody plays roles, like business roles, like IT roles, development teams, an architect, and finally a release-trained engineer who will glue the different roles together and make sure that the process is well organized and facilitated. This game is about a company called Fly4You. It's a young airline company. In the storyline, they started 8 weeks ago with some kind of SAFe implementation. So the first features were deployed, lead to some rework, and they decided to make an improvement cycle and try to improve the way of working. So what we're going to do in this simulation is let students experience how to go through a life cycle of an 8-week cycle. Your job is to discuss the objectives and come to a conclusion which objectives are we going to focus on. We start with a strategy, we let them prioritize a backlog, and then finally we will challenge them with all kinds of challenges that will happen during execution. Okay, so this was your result for the first round. And now your job is to translate this into a program Kanban, especially the backlog. In the second round, we asked the team to prioritize the backlog. So the business has great ideas, too many to handle in this 8-week cycle. So we have to teach them how to prioritize the work and use different typical SAFe approaches to make the job easier. During this process, business and IT must work together because we're not only prioritizing the features, but also enablers. After this exercise, we're going to execute a full PI planning exercise. PI means a program incremental preparation. So we simulate a 2-day program in just a few hours during the day. So people will take the features from the backlog and start investigating which user stories are we going to build and in which iteration are we able to deliver it. The only way to be successful is to collaborate between teams, between business and teams, as the architect. So we really need to work together in order to create a so-called program board. And the program board will show the links between features and enablers, when we expect them to be realized, so we get a clear picture of the commitment between teams and business. So this was the third round, the PI planning, and as a result, we now have a nice program board and all your work is now planned. You have an idea about the work you need to do. And we can see all the features nicely planned in different sprints, and we see the connection between the features. So we now see that feature 3 will help us to realize feature 4. But if we don't have feature 1, then feature 3 cannot be realized. In this simulation, we will simulate 4 iterations of development, and we challenge the teams with all kinds of different issues. For example, what do you do with delay? What do you do if the customer wants a new feature suddenly? Or what do we do with the great feedback that came from the customers to make the service even better? Or what if there is an error in the just deployed feature? So for who is Fly4You designed? For management, to learn their roles in SAFe programs, to learn the principles of SAFe without going to a long training program. For team leads, coaches, scrum masters, to learn how to facilitate their teams in a SAFe environment. And for employees who are part of SAFe projects and journeys. So they learn the terminology, they learn the essence of SAFe. I think that's the added value of this workshop.